Hello, everybody. Today we want to talk about ethical issues of using artificial intelligence. The topic of our lecture is AI and ethics, how AI technology can be used responsibly, and ethical concerns related to it, such as privacy, bias, and fairness. First of all, we want to introduce ourselves. I am Yuriy Petrushenko. I'm a head of the board of Eastern European Association for Civic Education. And I am a professor of Sumy State University. And my colleagues.
My name is Nata Tsybuliak. I am from Belgrade State Pedagogical University and I associate professor, PhD in psychology science and head of the Teaching Excellence Center of BSPU Ars Docenti.
So, in today's rapidly changing world of technology, the relationship between artificial intelligence, AI, and ethics has never been more important. AI is becoming a bigger part of our lives, touching everything from healthcare and finance to how we move and how we fun. This makes it crucial to incorporate ethics into our educational system. We have always known that education is key to building values, critical thinking, and active participation in society. Now, as AI continues to grow, we also need to teach students about ethics. This way, they will have the knowledge and skills to use AI responsibly, make good choices, and contribute positively to our digital world. This does not just teach practical things. It helps them understand what is right and wrong as AI becomes more and more a part of our lives. At its core, AI tries to copy how our brains work using computers. Machine learning, as a big part of AI, lets computers learn from experience without being directly told what to do. Another part, natural language processing, helps computers understand and talk like us, making communication and finding information easier. AI puts rationality and efficiency above human values, and so-called mechanization of values takes place. But here is the thing. If we cannot to use if the things AI tells us are true, it could be really bad for society.
As AI becomes more integrated into our lives, it brings about numerous benefits such as increased efficiency and better insight from data. But along with these advantages come some complex ethical issues. AI algorithms, which are similar to AI instructions, can accidentally make biases worse when learning from certain data. This can lead to unfair outcomes. Another challenge is to keep our privacy safe at a time when so much data is collected. And there is a big concern about being open and clear about how AI makes decisions. For example, sometimes AI gives general answers even when it should be more specific, which can be a problem. This happens because the AI doesn't always have the right answer and sometimes just guesses or repeats false information. Therefore, using AI responsibly and ethically is a big challenge that we all need to be careful about. In the world of education, the use of artificial intelligence is also raising important ethical questions. Surprisingly, there is no some instruction or guidelines about how AI should be used in education. This means that as AI becomes a bigger part of daily life and learning, there are still many things we need to figure out.
There are some big questions that people are trying to answer when it comes to AI and ethics. Like, how can we understand and control AI that is complex? And if something bad happens due to AI, who should be responsible? Also, how can we make sure AI doesn't end up making discrimination and bias worse? Protecting people's privacy is another challenge, especially when so much personal information can be easily collected and used. And when AI makes decisions for us, how can we keep it from influencing us too much or even making us lose important skills? Lastly, there is a concern about how to prevent AI from becoming super intelligent in a way that might not be good for us humans. They are all important questions that educators must consider as AI becomes more common. It's not just about using AI, but about using it in a way that is responsible and fair for everyone.
The merger of AI technology and ethical consideration highlights some crucial issues. Firstly, privacy. With AI system becoming an integral part of our lives, concerns about personal privacy are increasing. AI's ability to analyze vast amounts of personal data has sparked worries about how our information is used. For example, online platforms use AI to understand our online behavior and preferences, tailoring ads accordingly. While this can enhance user experiences, it also raises concerns that our data being used without our knowledge. Imagine an AI system going through your social media to customize advertisement. While it improves targeted ads, it means collecting and interpreting private data, blurring the line between helpful personalization and unwanted intrusion. Finding a balance between AI's potential and protecting privacy requires strong data protection rules and careful anonymization techniques. Also, making sure that AI systems handle personal data transparently is vital so we can decide how our information is used. As AI develops, it's important to minimize breaches of privacy through our responsible AI use. Striking for harmony between AI advertisement and strong privacy protection is crucial to keeping our ethical values intact.
The second issue is bias and artificial intelligence. Integrating AI into society poses a complex issue. The risk of reinforcing exciting bias. AI system can uh, mag- magnify biases against marginalized groups. This bias often come from the data they are trained on. If historical data show discrimination, AI system trained to them can carry those biases forward. Think about AI-generated text that unknowingly strengthens gender stereotypes due to biased data. A language model might connect certain jobs mostly to one gender, unintentionally reinforcing societal biases. This shows how AI's amplification of bias can have widespread effects. Educators need to address bias in AI system and raise awareness of their potential to perpetuate discrimination. Encouraging students to question AI output for bias and offering tools to tackle these problems are vital to responsible AI use.
The next crucial issue is fairness. AI decisions have far reaching consequences, often affecting major life choices. The use of artificial intelligence in medical diagnostics is a great example of how technological progress can be accompanied by complex ethical issues. Assume that AI is used to analyze medical data and provide diagnosis. If the training data on which it based exclusively and predominantly reflect certain groups of patients, then these can lead to skewed results. Let us consider a scenario. An AI algorithm trained on data from more privileged groups can more accurately diagnose disease in this category of patients. However, for less privileged groups, it may be less accurate. This creates an inequality in access to high quality medical diagnostics, increasing the gap between different social strata of society. In this case, AI affects fairness, equity, and quality of life for all members of society and require careful consideration and responsible decisions. To counteract this, efforts are needed to address bias and ensure fairness in AI systems. The use of algorithms designed to counteract bias, diverse training data, and regular audits are crucial. In addition, transparency tools can help to understand how AI make decisions.
In simpler terms, the combination of AI and ethics raises important questions about privacy, bias, and fairness. Protecting our privacy, dealing with bias, and ensuring fairness are big challenges that need careful attention as AI becomes more a part of our lives. Next part of our talk is at ethics in the age of AI, a must-do to civic education. Navigating the complex worlds of AI ethics requires a solid understanding, and that is where civic education comes in. We need to simplicity weave AI ethics into curricula, aiming to bring up a new generation with a strong ethical compass. By giving students the tools to explore AI's ethical aspects, educators set them on the path of reflection and problem solving.
Civil education is a perfectly positioned to tackle AI's ethical questions. It is about creating responsible AI users and ethical decision makers. This involves fitting AI ethics into established subjects such as social studies, ethics, and technology. It is about going beyond just using technology to understanding the ethical side of AI's impact. Civil education empowers students to think critically and to use AI responsibly. Adding AI ethics to existing classes is a smart way to dive deep into the ethical side of AI. In social studies, students can dive into how AI affects society, focusing on privacy concerns and bias algorithms. Ethics classes can spark debates about the right or wrong of AI driving choices. And tech courses can ensure students not only use AI tools, but also know the ethics behind them.
And what about empowering responsible AI usage in civic education? Equipping educators with the tools to guide students towards responsible use of AI has a significant role in shaping the ethical landscape of technology. With the ability to influence students' attitudes and behaviors, educators become instrumental in fostering ethical engagement with AI.
In the endless web of the digital world, chatbots created by artificial intelligence sometimes captivate our imagination with their striking resemblance to human conversational partners. They masterfully weave the lines between machine and consciousness, which make us think about deep questions. In this virtual simulation, human temptations are cleverly woven with technological complexity, and this has the potential to influence our decision and even apparently our autonomy. According to Wallace, some modern eyes with remarkable side emotional behavioral may lie in a wait for us from the other side. They, as a playing on emotional strings, skillfully interact with our ability to emphasize, focusing us to respond with internal reflexes. It is in these moments that the lines between machine and human melt and our emphatic responses are affected. Wallace rightly points out that this emotional technique can lead to unexpected mistakes, even if it comes from the best of intentions. This reminds us once again that integrated AI into our lives requires villages and reflection. In a world where the lines between human and machine are becoming increasingly blurred, it is important for us to remain clear in our decisions and understand how emotional manipulation can affect our freedom of choice. To cultivate ethical AI interactions, educators can employ various approaches. Let's look for them. First of all, ethical dilemma debates. Encouraging discussion around complex ethical scenarios involving AI, like autonomous vehicles making life or death choices, prompts students to explore and integrate dimensions of AI ethics. This exercise forces them to weigh ethical considerations against practical applications. The next could be bias detection activities, the task of uncovering bias or stereotypes in AI generated content enhances their ability to spot potential prejudices in AI systems and content. Other thing we can use privacy policy analysis, the assignment of students with the task of scrutinizing the privacy policies of popular apps or websites forces an understanding of data collection, use, and sharing. This forced awareness about data privacy and informed consent. AI impact presentation, having students research and showcase real world instances where AI has impacted societies, both positively or negatively. It depends their comprehensions of AI tangible consequences. We can use algorithm fairness investigations, encouraging students to investigate cases of algorithm bias and its effects on different groups sparks crucial thinking and critical thinking about fairness and equality with AI system. The other tools we can use with students, AI and cultural implications, exploring AI interactions with various cultures and norms, discussions about how cultural biases can shape AI outcomes. The other thing that we may use in our classes is ethical of AI enhanced creativity, encouraging exploration of ethical dimensions of AI generated art, music, and literature triggers debates about authorships, originality, and the boundaries of human creativity. The author techniques that really useful is designing ethical AI. Challenges to design AI applications that prioritize ethical considerations, fairness, and transparency stimulate proactive thinking about ethical AI development. We can try AI and social impact projects, assessing projects where students propose AI solutions to address social challenges, underscore the need to factor in ethical, social, and cultural implications. We can use AI documentary analysis documentaries or news reports that explore AI social impact, fosters critical evaluation of ethical concerns in their content. The other useful thing is guest speaker, inviting guest speaker from AI research or ethics or industry to share insights on responsible AI development enriches students' understanding of real world implications of AI ethics. Collaborative ethical dilemma solving is another techniques that we can use with our students. Presenting students with AI-related ethical dilemmas and encouraging collaborative proposals of ethical solutions cultivates diverse perspectives and robust ethical dialogues.
Summarizing all the issues mentioned above, educators play a key role in forming a generation that not only hangs AI's potential, but does so ethically and responsibly. In this complex harmony between AI and ethics lie both potential and complexities. At the same time, we should not give up the opportunities that AI technical tools provide to improve and facilitate human life. Advances in AI demonstrate how practical technologies can contribute not only to individual well-being, but also to social balance. However, when using numerous AI tools, we must remember three basic principles: honesty, caution, and responsibility. In our movement forward, ethical orientation becomes a kind of compass that guides us to ensure that the path of AI development corresponds to our highest moral aspirations. This contributes to the creation of a harmonious coexistence, where technologies merge with ethical norms into a single, inseparable whole. Thank you for the attention to our reflections on the ethical issues of using artificial intelligence in civic education. We invite everyone who is interested in this issue to join the project of the Eastern European Association.
We are very grateful to you for the meanwhile discussion on the ethical issues of responsible using AI technology in civic education.
Thank you for your attention.
Yuriy,